Hey there everyone, and welcome to a spin-off series, I guess? This is Cedar Lake 1985. A lot of people have asked me about lore for the zoo since I've mentioned it a couple times. I've always wanted to work out a zoo project that lets me see it at multiple stages of the zoo's history and development. So, I've gutted half my zoo so far, and I'm working on how it would have looked shortly after it was established. Don't worry, it's in a different file. All the rest of Cedar Lake is safe. But I'm going to have some fun here. So this project exists about 5 years after Cedar Lake opened, which was around 1980. At this point, the zoo has a lot of animals that it doesn't have in its modern version, including Down the Sumatran rhino and Porter the walrus. But more on stuff like that in episodes to come. So we're starting off the 1985 series with Speedbuilds in Africa. As going on safari was a father-son bonding tradition in the Hawthorne family, even since the 1870s, Jack Hawthorne grew up going to Africa with his dad frequently. So building an African section in the zoo was really important to him, and it would have been one of the first things that he managed to get done. As you can probably tell by now, I'm working with 1980s realism for building this zoo, so I've been on a lot of Pinterest, a lot of YouTube, a lot of all sorts of zoo chat photos from back in the day. And let me tell you, the animal welfare is not great, but I'm having a lot of fun building this way because it's so different from how I usually build. Using with all this really horrible looking mock rock, like I have in this lion exhibit here. A lot of these exhibits in Africa here are actually built in the area that in the modern zoo is the polar bear area, which I haven't toured yet for you guys, and the Margaritaville Caribbean coast. If I stay true to the timeline that I've written for myself, these exhibits would be coming down sometime around 2010, somewhere between 2005 to 10. And so they've lasted in the zoo for a pretty decent amount of time, but finally they are demolished to make way for the Wilds of Africa section. And where some parts of the zoo eventually are kind of retrofitted into the new things, these exhibits, because of their quality, would be just kind of straight demolished, leveled the area, and then building again. One thing that's actually really cool about building in this 80s era is because this is when, right about the time that the zoos in America are starting to figure things out. There's a couple really good exhibits from the 80s that are still around today. I know some of the San Diego Zoo, I think the Tiger River is from the 80s, and then also the Jungle World exhibit from the Bronx, which kind of means something like the Sumatran rainforest actually is opening right about the time that this video is set in 85. But you've still got these less than optimal exhibits, kind of like we've got in Africa here. This lion exhibit is based heavily off of the lion exhibit at the Louisville Zoo, which I think was built around the 60s actually. So that's where we're going to leave off this episode. This exhibit's going to be done in two parts because it overlooks the giraffe exhibit across the way. So I kind of want to establish some of the sightlines as I build those together. But I wanted to get this video out because I know I've not really been uploading as much as I want to. So I wanted to get this out for y'all. So until next time, happy building!